A very good afternoon and welcome to the UBC Weekend Edition. Today on the 22nd of September 2024. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. In our top stories of the week, Nigeria is set to start importing milk and coffee from Uganda. This was revealed by His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president of Nigeria, who paid a courtesy visit on President Museveni. President Museveni also took His Excellency Obasanjo on a tour to Pile Dairy Farms Limited in Bara City and later joined Chiruhoda and Kazo farmers at Karo in Chiruhoda district.
Former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo has paid a courtesy call on President Museveni. The two leaders toured Pile Dairy Farms Limited in Badara. The farm is known for its advanced processing capabilities and has become a key player in Uganda's dairy sector. Speaking shortly after the tour, His Excellency Obasanjo expressed his satisfaction upon learning that Uganda can produce approximately 5.7 billion litres of milk per year, positioning the country as a potential leader in dairy production in the region.
One of the things, and I can see that now more vividly, that has deliberated against our trading among ourselves in Africa is lack of knowledge, lack of what we are doing in our different countries and different regions. I did not know. If you like, you can say I am an ignoramus. But I did not know that Uganda produces over 5 billion liters of milk annually. I did not know that. President Museveni was one of those of our leaders who about 4 years ago decided and took the decision on what we now call Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. Whatever we are trying to do about integration in Africa, political, it will probably take much longer time than while I'm alive. But we can do something about economic. We can do economic integration.
He assured President Museveni and the farmers of Kiruhura and Kazo districts that Nigeria is willing to buy Ugandan processed milk and coffee.
But another good thing for which I would thank President Museveni is that we now have Air Uganda coming to Nigeria. And therefore, that makes it easy to get anything from here to Nigeria. And I will be in the forefront of that. When I said I wanted coffee, they gave me Ugandan coffee. Mr. President, we will be drinking Ugandan coffee in Nigeria. we will be using Ugandan milk in Nigeria.
On his part, President Museveni thanked His Excellency Obasanjo for coming to Uganda and allowing to partner with Uganda to buy Ugandan milk and coffee. He promised him that Uganda has the capacity to produce enough milk for the local and international market.
So therefore, we are very lucky for General Obasanjo to take interest in
President wa Nigeria General Obasanjo
and come here. We have been to Mbarara. We visited one of the factories there, and you saw what is being done.
Currently, Uganda's milk export value stands at approximately $264.5 million, and government is actively working to remove barriers such as diseases affecting cattle to enhance output. In a related development, President Museveni, accompanied by the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, also commissioned the upgraded Nshwere Church of Uganda. This church was refurbished and expanded by Toro Cement Company Limited. Maureen Babidie, reporting for UBC News.
In the course of the week, President Museveni convened a meeting with leaders from Bunyoro sub-region, urging them to promote the ideals of development, unity and prosperity. The meeting took place at the Masindi 5-star Hotel on Friday, September 20th, 2024, and was attended by ministers, members of parliament, as well as religious, cultural and opinion leaders.
This weekend, President Yoweri Museveni visited Masindi and met with leaders from Bunyoro sub-region. The gathering included religious leaders, politicians and cultural figures. Those in attendance included Finance Minister Matia Kasaija and Minister of Youth and Children Affairs Dr. Baramba Rugahara Atenyi, both of whom contributed to the discussions.
Baitu budget yoheye wakabata ile musende kandi wasazamu baitu wakanga bakaba Matia Kasaija alabe president akaziyamu so mulingo honorable Matia Kasaija akika alani tukweta tukumusaba sente zaitu z'amasinda azigale ndo tusobole kugala irwaro eraro limu kiri kuzoka kurungi president
esente ezo bakazituha twabanza kutunga kutweka bilioni emo baitu tuliyo netupulaninga na minister wabibyomwezi muhumule mulebe kutina tuliyo tumanyire kurungi erwale lero tukwija kulisemeza kandi tunokuluzigahya tuligazihiye.
During the meeting, Bunyoro leaders reminded the president of several pending pledges from his office that are yet to be fulfilled.
Construction of Rensororo Bridge linking Masindi to Chiwaga and Chankwanzi districts, that was during 2016 presidential campaigns at Kingura Primary School. It's not yet fulfilled, Your Excellency. The 20 million shillings to Masindi Youth Boda Association.
They sought for his attention on pressing issues such as infrastructure, education and tourism.
Requests from each district, Kiryandongo district, upgrading of Chigumba Area Center 3 to Area Center 4 to serve Uganda Cooperative College, Uganda Petroleum Institute and the entire Kibanda South, which automatically decongests the main hospital of Kiryandongo, which handles a number of patients arising from the highway accidents. Bulisa district, Bulisa's priority is a vocational institute for skilling the youth for job creation. Your Excellency, as you are aware, Bulisa depends on the fishing. Now the fish have been depleted and our youth, especially those out of school who did not manage to go for further studies, are stuck. They don't have any nearby vocational training.
President Museveni expressed gratitude to the sub-region for its long-standing support of the NRM government. However, he noted that despite ongoing government investments in the region through various areas, there remains a lack of commitment to development within the communities, attributing this to poor mindsets and political maneuvering. He urged the religious and cultural leaders to also promote the message of development. Museveni emphasized the importance of educating the populace about household income, stating that with the availability of resources such as oil roads, schools, health centers and electricity, there should be no excuses for stagnation. The president's key points were further articulated in a public speech he delivered at Boma Grounds in Masindi during this year's Bunyoro Sub-Region Youth Empowerment Rally.
Ekigambo ekindi no obuheereza services ebyamagara ebyobwomezi ebyokusoma ebyemyoyo ebyediini ebyo byona biri omu buheereza.
The president was invited to Masindi by Minister Dr. Barambara. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Uganda's Vice President, His High Excellency Jessica Rose, has called for stronger international cooperation in the fields of technology and development, particularly between Russia and Africa. Under the theme Women for Strengthening Trust and Global Cooperation, Alupo delivered a compelling speech that emphasized the importance of fostering collaboration to harness the benefits of technology for global peace, security, and sustainable development.
Hello and welcome to our forum. And our forum is not just about talking, it's about actions as well. What is the role of women in the global agenda right now, according to you?
The Eurasian Women Forum is a very important platform which has enabled the women globally to assemble here, to share their experiences, and also to demonstrate to the world that the women can perform and the women can contribute and the women can be as responsible as men in the development process, in the transformation process, in the world today and the world tomorrow.
Our President Vladimir Putin has once said that Uganda is one of the key partners of Russia in the African continent. How do you see our cooperation grow in the future?
The cooperation between Africa and Russia has been a fundamental reason why many African countries have managed to transform and also are transforming. Russia values Africa and Russia respects Africa mutually and understands the challenges of Africa because Russia participated in many of the revolutionary struggles of the African countries. And now currently Russia is cooperating with African countries in the areas of human resource, industry, technology, security, which is a fundamental issue and an underlying factor and a bedrock of the transformation which Africa is yearning for. And Africa stands ready to continue collaborating very closely with Russia for the purposes of the transformation and the liberation of all the people of Africa.
And how does the dialogue between you and the Western countries look?
The African people understand that they can collaborate with anyone who is willing to cooperate with them. And in Africa, we understand that if another country has a misunderstanding with another country, it should not be imposed in Africa. Africa is neutral and ready to work with anyone who is willing to work with Africa. But Africa will also not be very intimidated because some people are not willing to work with it. So we'll work with those who are willing to move with us, like Russia.
Now a bit of numbers that were given as an example by our president. The world coffee market is $460 billion right now. At the same time, coffee-producing companies only get $25 billion. At the same time, African continent gets only $2.4 billion. This is horrible injustice. Can you see that this injustice could be likened to the injustice against women, for example, in the world? How does the situation look for you, and how can it be changed?
Coffee is a very important crop for Africa because it has a big global market. And therefore, it should be one of the products that should help Africa to get out of poverty. But the contradiction is that big volumes of coffee are produced from Africa, but the benefits do not remain in Africa. The benefits go to countries where that coffee is exported and value added in the other countries. So what we appeal to Russia to support Africa on is to help Africa to add value to that coffee in the African continent, so that the prices which are high in the market can benefit the African people when the coffee is exported in its form, in its final form, after it has been processed. So the solution is industries, industries, industries for Africa.
Thank you very much for your interview, and have a very successful time here at our forum.
Thank you too for your kind invitation.
Now, Nawagereka Development Foundation, in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, launched the nationwide Ubuntu Bulamu program aimed at promoting values and ethics essential for sustainable development in Uganda. The Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Betty Amongi, represented Vice President Jessica Lupo and emphasized the importance of integrating Ubuntu Bulamu into all institutions, ministries, departments and agencies to foster peace and inclusive societies.
The launch of the Ubuntu Bulamu program is set to be a significant event in Uganda's development landscape, uniting key stakeholders to promote values and ethics for sustainable progress.
The experiences lived call for us to rebuild and strengthen our human values. The revival of Ubuntu Bulamu is one of the pathways to fostering a culture that promotes ethics, integrity, peace, and sustainable development.
The Nawagereka of Uganda, Her Royal Highness Sylvia Nagenda, explained that the initiative should serve as a cornerstone in addressing current societal challenges, including instability, corruption, and violence.
It will be easier to address serious challenges in society today, such as corruption, violence, climate change, and environmental degradation, and thereby nurture accountability, responsible citizenship, and inclusive development.
Minister Betty Amongi, representing Vice President Major Jessica Lupo, underscored the necessity of embedding Ubuntu Bulamu within all governmental and institutional frameworks to create a unified approach to peace building and social cohesion.
Government is committed to ensuring that this program is integrated in all our learning and in all institutional structure and practices, and I commit as the Vice President to have an interministerial engagement to ensure that they are integrated in the institutions and MDS of government.
She urged Ugandans to embrace traditional values aligned with the principles of Ubuntu Bulamu, while discarding those that impede progress.
We should not adopt modernity for its own sake. Rather, we do so because we feel these values will make our lives better. In the same way, we should not abandon our traditional values simply because we live in a modern, different age. We should only drop what is harmful and no longer helpful. We should uphold what is valuable.
The Ubuntu Bulamu program aims to cultivate a culture of empathy, cooperation, and social responsibility. This aligns with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which stress the importance of promoting peaceful and inclusive society for sustainable development.
Bulamu to the work of UNDP, particularly the Sustainable Development Goals, and in particular SDG 16, which is about peace, justice, and strong institutions. Which seeks to promote peaceful and inclusive societies, ensure access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable institutions at all levels, is interlinked.
The Ubuntu Bulamu initiative is a collaborative effort involving the Nabagereka Development Foundation, 9 cultural institutions, and the United Nations Development Programme. The foundation has outlined key strategies to ensure the program's success.
Promote and increase awareness of Ubuntu Bulamu as a tool for development. Engage and educate targeted groups on the values of Ubuntu Bulamu. Advocate for the adoption of Ubuntu Bulamu in all sectors and at all levels of society. And strengthen the institutional capacity of cultural institutions to deliver the program.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
State Minister for Works Musa Echweru has praised the ongoing construction of the Moroto-Lochtananyala Road, which connects Karamoja to Kenya, as well as the Nakaperipirit-Moyebe Road linking to the Bugisu and Sebei sub-regions. Musa Echweru led a parliamentary committee, a physical infrastructure, to assess the progress of these 2 important projects. Details follow.
The upgrade of the Moroto-Lochtananyala Road to Bitumen Grade 2 began in 2021 with China Railway 3 Group Company Limited as the contractor. The project, costing 236 million shillings, is fully funded by the government of Uganda and
spans from Moroto town up to a town in Kenya which is called Lochtananyala.
We finished this road in May. The biggest challenge also we had was the issue of financing.
The Minister of State for Works and Transport, Musa Echweru, and the Parliamentary Committee on Physical Infrastructure observed during their visit to the area explained that the project is currently 83% complete, with plans for it to be handed over to the government by December 2nd of this year.
Designed to comprise of DBST, that is surface dressing, and a base of 225 millimeters, comprised of CRR, a sub base of G45, comprised of mechanically modified gravel and CRR, and it's meant to be 225 millimeters as well as a 200 millimeter subgrade of G15. The road is designed to last 15 years from its commissioning time.
I think on behalf of government, I am very happy with what I'm seeing. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. One, leaving Moroto and driving all the way this side through what was once a remote forsaken place is an assurance that the whole of Uganda is going to be one now. The whole of Uganda is going to be one now. The reality is that insecurity in Karamoja is going to be permanent history now.
The deputy resident engineer from the Uganda National Roads Authority, Engineer James Benjamin Enyuko, explained the compensation process for individuals affected by the project.
The number of PAPs on the rural section was 1,290, of which 272 are now outstanding in terms of payment. In the urban section, that is Moroto town section, had 303 PAPs. A number have been paid, and currently only 92 are outstanding. The valuation values and the pending payments upon harmonization.
Local leaders are optimistic that the completed road will enhance security and stimulate business between Karamoja and neighboring Kenya.
Left out. We are the people who have been oppressed, marginalized. But today, we feel we have been recognized. And we give all this thanks to the government of Uganda and our President Yoweri Museveni. Indeed, the path is now open to the world.
Kenya and Uganda, Moroto and Nodwar, in terms of business. And also the advantage of this road is going to create peace between Kenya and Uganda, between the Pokot and the Karamojong. So it's going to create a sustainable peace which can help us to achieve our goals.
Ana tumeona sisi ambaye ni wasomi tumeelewa ya kwamba hii ndio barabara ambayo itatusaidia kama kuna vitu ambaye inaweza safirisha huko Kampala ama Uganda, tunaweza kuwa na itakuwa ni safari ya haraka sana.
The team inspected the construction of the 92-kilometer Nakapiripiri-Muyebe Road, which connects Karamoja to the Sebei and Bugisu regions.
To Nakapiripiri, yes, where we started. Yes. It will be completed by May.
Yes. Because those funds, the portion which is supposed to be approved by the bank has already done so. Now for the town roads are under government Uganda. And we've been communicating with the Ministry of Finance to avail those funds.
This project is expected to be completed by May next year. The Vice Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Physical Infrastructure, Tony Awany, pledged to advocate for additional funding from Parliament.
We need to assure you, as the Committee of Physical Infrastructure of Parliament, we shall do everything within our means to support the undertaking of the Honorable Minister Echwero in whatever they do.
Charity Marian Imnat and Moriniga for UBC.
Security operatives in Teso have decided to launch joint operations to tackle the insecurity caused by youth in the two sub-regions. This decision followed observations of the rising insecurity, particularly in Teso, is linked to young people smoking opium, which has led to restrictions on free movements in the villages.
In response to the recent emergence of organized youth gang groups in the Teso sub-region, locally known as Owokiwok and Okok, security officials have convened a closed-door meeting to plan joint operations aimed at apprehending and penalizing the offenders.
We decided to come up with an action plan and to make sure that that insecurity caused by our own children is stopped. And what really influences them is the opium. So we've resolved to to conduct operations designed to arrest all these criminals, and including their parents who have allowed them to do what they want to do against other people. And secondly, that all disco places, video halls, if a youth who is school going is found in that place, they will be arrested, but also the owner of that place, entertainment place, will be arrested and face the law. The other people, those ones who are growing opium and selling them, will be apprehended. And intelligence has already profiled all of them. We know them, and we're just going for them. I think the other thing we looked at is about young people going into the parties, which they are not even invited, and go there to disturb people, cause chaos and beat up people. Should your child be found in a party where you are not in as a parent, then the child will be arrested and you will also be arrested. And why you allowed your child to go into where he or she is not supposed to be. Most important of all is that we shall make sure that all school-going children are in school. The police has to be supported by UPDF because they have some challenge on manpower, but UPDF is going to support them to make sure that this place is cleaned up and people do the right thing. And we shall be reviewing it after 1 month.
According to Lieutenant General Peter Elwelu, security forces are currently mobilizing resources and personnel to effectively carry out these operations.
The operation is with immediate effect, but we shall be having a special operation, which may be launched in October, a special one. Right now we're mobilizing resources including manpower, to go to all areas as intelligence. What intelligence is doing now is to get all those areas, black spots where these people are doing, all those bars and the entertainment places where they are, where they collect themselves. So that is their work. So that when we launch this operation, we know where to go and whom to arrest.
The meeting brought together resident district commissioners, UPDF commanders, the regional intelligence security officer, police officials, and various political leaders from Teso and Karamoja. Charity Marion Imnat and Emidilak Salomo for UBC News.
In more news of the week, the Vice Chairperson, Uganda Non-Communicable Diseases Alliance, and a physician at Mengo Hospital, Dr. Lumo William, has urged the public to be mindful of their diets. He advised those on medication to consider discontinuing their use in order to help prevent non-communicable diseases. His comments were made during the closing session of a 3-day media training designed to equip journalists with effective reporting strategies at Forest Cottages in Naguru.
Over 60,000 people in Uganda were diagnosed with diabetes in 2014, but the number has now alleged surged to over 1.6 million. This has raised concerns among public health officials. The vice chairperson of the Ugandan Non-Communicable Diseases Alliance and a physician at Mengo Hospital, Dr. William Lumu, emphasized the urgent need for the government to implement more regulations to combat the rise of NCDs, including diabetes, hypertension, cancer, and sickle cell disease. He warned Ugandans to prioritize their health, attributing the increase in non-communicable diseases primarily to poor nutrition, and urged the public to avoid drugs and alcohol to prevent various health issues.
If you take a lot of salt, your kidneys are going to absorb lots, and they're going to absorb and retain water within your blood vessels. And once this occurs, the blood volume is going to increase. When the blood volume increases, your heart is going to use a bigger pressure to pump blood. And once that one happens, your pressure goes up. So that's the...
Dr. Lumu called on mothers to reduce portion sizes for their children, as rising obesity rates among youth are contributing to diabetes and high blood pressure. He also addressed the factors leading to increase of NCDs in children and highlighted the dangers of excessive salt intake.
Overfeeding our children on refined sugars. We don't pack right things for them. The juices in the supermarkets, the sausages. We are also having restaurants which are similar to McDonald's, what they sell. The biscuits of this world. You go and open people's fridges, what do you find? You find fridges are full of frankfurters, they're full of sausages, they're full of juices and the things that make people put on what? Put on weight. So those are some of the reasons why you are seeing an increment in the numbers of children with diabetes.
A senior medic, Dr. Christopher Kwizera, echoed these sentiments, urging Ugandans to be vigilant about their diets to better manage the risks associated with non-communicable diseases.
We won't allow each and everybody to start setting up a factory to manufacture food and sell them to people. They should regulate the foods that are on the market for the good of our country. We need regulation on excess consumption of alcohol. We already have laws and regulations on smoking. That one we are done, but we need enforcement.
Stephen Kayumba, Benon Mokwaya, UBC News.
The Minister of State for Information Technology and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabianga, has pledged government support and funding for projects aimed at enhancing the value of banana production. Speaking at the launch of the Banatex EA project, Kabianga emphasized the importance of innovation in transforming agricultural waste into valuable products.
The Banatex East Africa project seeks to address the growing global demand for fiber by producing high-quality sustainable fiber from banana residues. This initiative is expected to bridge the gap between fiber demand and supply, offering a sustainable alternative while creating economic opportunities for banana farmers. The project team lead, Dr. Edwin Kamara, highlighted that this initiative aligns with the government's broader strategy to boost agro-industrialization and innovation with a focus on sustainability.
It's a project funded by the UK government to a tune of £600,000. Within this project, we're aiming at transforming waste banana stems into fiber that can be used to make textiles like shirts, stockings, jeans, and other products.
The Minister of State for Information Technology and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga Baluko, assured stakeholders that the government would provide the necessary support.
The government is committed on developing the banana as one of a major cash crop in this country, and that government is ready to support all these initiatives to turn around the banana and not to look at it as food, but to really look at it as a cash crop that can bring in a lot of money.
Kabyanga also discouraged the cultivation of coffee on a small scale, stating that its long harvesting time often leads to food shortages in communities.
And you know, it takes 6 months to grow and harvest. And a kilo of cotton last season, I think, it went up to around 2,000 shillings per kilogram. The price per acre, the farmer was getting 800,000. And this is a farmer who has rented land at 200,000. So just as the president has said, let us give cotton to extensive farmers. Those ones who have a lot of land, 100 acres and above. But these smallholders, I'm campaigning that cotton, and I will continue campaigning it.
The Banatex East Africa project is viewed as a pioneering effort in East Africa with the potential to revolutionize the textile industry and contribute to Uganda's economic growth through environmentally friendly practices.
But if we are lucky, by the end of this project fund, if we are lucky and we have an investor or we have extra funds from government, then this project should go to another stage which we call spinning, where we can produce the yarns or threads ourselves and be able to do weaving, do knitting, and produce fabrics which we can sell locally or even in international markets.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Patch fishers, traders and suppliers represented by the Importer Conservation and Stakeholders Association, have issued a 7-day ultimatum to the Ministry of Fisheries. They are seeking clarification regarding a recent directive from the Fisheries Protection Unit Commander that lifted the ban on the hurry-up fishing method for silverfish. This method had previously been prohibited due to its harmful effects on lake ecosystems.
And then silverfishers go.
A recent directive from the Fisheries Protection Unit lifting the ban on the hurry-up fishing method for silverfish has rubbed fishermen the wrong way. The decision reportedly sparked mixed reactions with various stakeholders, including legislators and Nile perch fisheries, that have expressed their opposition, urging that the hurry-up method depletes the lake's resources and could jeopardize the country's Nile perch exports.
They get our nets in the waters. For them, they just cut off the nets. After cutting the nets, there's no our Nile perch will be attracted with our nets. So we end up making all the losses. At the end of the day, we have to pay taxes.
Abagezaako okutukoonaganya mu mulimu gwaffe ekisobola okutuyamba ffenna kwe kutuula awaki awamu. Omuntu yenna ali mu kkubo ly'okusaanyaawo empuuta abeera mulabe waffe.
The Importer Conservation and Stakeholders Association, led by Chairperson James Kalemera, is particularly worried about potential financial losses if the method is reinstated.
Ne gavumenti yaffe ebyobululu tubijje mu nnyanja omuntu okukuwa ennaku ebbiri kale tetukiganye zikoma ddi zitandika ddi.
And our stand is that we are not stopping anybody to fish what? Mukene. But we are saying the method and the gear, the method which is a hurry up, active care pulling, we are opposing it.
They have threatened to take legal action if the ministry does not address their concerns within the 7-day time frame.
If Madam Massey doesn't come out to stop these people with area method, we are also going to sue her to the court to tell us why is she working like this, because what she's telling people to do is illegal with the government of Uganda.
Because we need to be heard. So because we want to be heard, we want to know why they are refusing our views or our opinions and so forth.
Tufune banamateeka abaffe tubawa amaloboozi ga Massey ge yakozesezza ng'ata ab'envuba yahali yapo mu nnyanja kuba ogwo si mulimu gwe. Okozesa obubi woofiisi obuwaabirwa ate era tumuwaabire ng'omuntu aveeyo annyonnyole.
Bagambye bagenda kuntwala mu kkooti ku lw'ennaku 2 nti mpozzi ennaku 2 ezo nziyimirize sijja ziyimiriza. Ensonga eno pulezidenti agimanyi.
The State Minister for Fisheries, Helena Doa, reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to upholding the ban on the hurry-up method and assured that they will collaborate with the Fisheries Protection Unit commander to reach a final resolution by next week.
Now, if a FPU commander gave instructions to use the same hurry-up method, then we are going to harmonize it. We're going to harmonize it. By Tuesday, we would have come up with the right position, and we shall communicate to the country.
Charity Marian Imnat and Sula Kagugube, UBC News.
Yellow, this is MTN. We are currently in Nakaloke, Mbale District, Bilari, Nursery and Primary School. We are here to award a winner, and our winner happens to be Mubaraka Hadija.
Naine mukwano gwange ne mugamba konti abe MTN bankubidde esimu ne bangamba nsasudde school fees era ndi muwanguzi. Nadamu nangamba ati abo bafere. Nze ne mugamba nti naye babanga bafere. Bangambe bagenda kujja school fees wange bamuleete. Kandindo olunaku olwo banaaba baleeta school fees awo ndyoke nzikirize nti si bafere. Abazadde abali eyo mbagamba beeyongere okukozesa MTN Momo okusasula school fees w'abaana baabwe bajja kuba bawanguzi nga nange weempangudde olunaku lwa leero.
Abantu bawangula *165*80# osasule school fees. Kozesa ne Momo app osasule school fees.
Together, we're unstoppable.
Indomie Instant Noodles is available in 3 flavors of chicken, beef, and vegetable. Buy your Indomie Instant Noodles in supermarkets and dukas near you anywhere across Uganda. Indomie Instant Noodles, Uganda's best loved noodles.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Writing a business plan is a crucial first step in starting a business. And of course, engaging in agriculture as a business is vital for the economic revival of rural communities. Against this backdrop, Chifutuko Emmanuel, a resident of Uchaye village in Niganga, established a 2-acre farm based on his business plan. His farm attracts farmers from Uganda and beyond eager to learn how to implement agronomics practices that boost their income.
Resigned from his job
Kifutuko Emmanuel decided to engage in agriculture as a business. He began by writing a business plan, which he follows.
When you have a plan, you actually plan for where resources are going to come from. For example, the land, the money, the labor, the expertise.
He started his farm in 2021.
The January 18th riot, which was in Luka, people were rioting. I was making planting holes of the coffee.
To earn more from 2 acres, Chifutuko opted to add value to all the farm produce.
I vowed not to sell coffee as coffee, but I will sell it as value-added coffee. And indeed, I have not diverted from my work plan that I made too. When I add value to coffee, I get much more profits than when I'm selling cherry.
4 years since it was established, the farm produces 800 kilograms of coffee every year. They sell each kilogram of coffee at 40,000 shillings after adding value. The farm also produces chili, from which he earns 10 million shillings every year.
In my first plan, I mapped out stakeholders as the most important stakeholder in my business was the government.
This has helped him to improve yields on the farm.
This coffee was got from UCDA under the government program, together with an irrigation system, which was also given to me by U-Gift program to help us be resilient on the climate change that is the order of the day.
He also earns from agrotourism.
We have come all the way from Soroti to learn, and then what we see from here we are going to replicate. We are going to pass it on to our farmers. That is why we are here for this learning visit.
Chifutuko does not work alone, but also interested his neighbors to join agriculture.
We first look for social security. If we are doing a project alone, then these other farmers, these other people whom you are living will become a threat to you.
To expand his market, he purchased land in a busy center where he has established an outlet.
So this is the marketing center as well as a processing center. We are also venturing into coffee consumption through promoting local coffee consumption. This is a double group machine.
Chifutuko advises those in employment to plan for their future.
The day you get a job is the first day you start to plan for your exit. Because just, time will come either by circumstance or by time that you will leave that office. But if you leave that office, where else are you going?
If you intend to join commercial agriculture, you can borrow a leaf from Chifutuko Emmanuel's experience to earn more.
Welcome to the last segment of UBC Stories, and of course in our sports stories, leader Best Football Club, Blacks Power, has scooped a hefty sponsorship from Mount Meru Millers. The exciting partnership was unveiled in Lira City. The initiative is aimed at promoting sports and talent development as well as oilseeds production in the region. Take a look.
In a groundbreaking move set to elevate local football to new heights, Blacks Power FC has secured a monumental sponsorship deal worth 276 million shillings for the upcoming year. The sponsorship was unveiled today with the key representatives from both Blacks Powers FC and the sponsoring company Mount Meru Millers, marking the largest financial agreement in the club's history. The club's chairperson said lack of resources had made progress in football difficult.
And I've been having challenges in terms of transport, as we are all aware that Big League is a countrywide league, and it has not been easy for us to pay them salary. Now that Meru has come on board, has timely rescued the situation in Blacks Power.
Northern Region is well known for the love of football, and the partnership will promote the production of grains in the region.
This will help other youth who are possibly idle, who are possibly taking sports as something that is not serious, to take it seriously. This should be also our ambassadors, because as an organization, we have this factory built here, but we still lack grain enough to make us work at full capacity, because what we are able to get can make us only operate about 5 months in a whole year.
The sponsorship will see Mount Meru's logo prominently displayed on the team's jersey, training kits and around the stadium. Players' welfare will also be taken care of using this fund.
A perfect recruitment has been done, starting with what I call the technical part, and technically we've recruited in all areas, starting with the coaches, then some new players. We have valuable additional players that we have brought on board. The team boasts of a very good addition this time. So technically we believe we are strong and we are good to go.
Blacks Power finished in the 8th position in the big league. The deal is expected to have a significant impact on the club's performance in the upcoming season, with the hopes of climbing the league's table and competing for top honors. Eddie Ulwa, UBC News.
The Uganda Football Fraternity has today witnessed the 2024 annual general meeting that was hosted at HB Hotel in Hoima. Members discussed pertinent issues, notably the delayed disbursement of sponsorship money from StarTimes.
With no Uganda Premier League action across the country, focus switched to the annual general meeting hosted at HB Hotel in Hoima. Members discussed pertinent issues, notably the delayed disbursement of sponsorship money from StarTimes. The other issue that took long deliberations and in need of a quick fix to save football in Uganda was taxation by Uganda Revenue Authority that leaves the club's coffers drained to levels of delayed or non-payment of staff, especially players.
Systems, the catapult, the data collecting system. The league has started. I don't know whether you will give us some insight on the timelines when we'll have it ready, because now, if we don't have it and the league has started, it puts us in a very, very awkward situation, because some of us had wanted to procure systems that can help us to analyze or to collect data.
Is concerned, just to give information to Chair Kwakiso. FUFA League has performed all its obligations, and StarTimes' complaint is not that FUFA League has failed to perform.
nga bwe twayogerwako mu contract sente si bwe zijja, sente bwe ziba zakkirizibwa nti zijja kujja kotale n'ekyo ekitundu kituuka nga teziriiwo, kyokka ne lwe ziba zizze ate era kwoota emu ate ne bagitematemamu kwotaazi endala. naye olwaliro bw'okebera mu ndagaano ffe StarTimes terina kyetuwanda kuba buli kimu tukikoze mu butuufu bwakyo.
Federation of Uganda Football Association's third Vice President, Nachiwala Chiyingi, reiterated the Federation's commitment to helping clubs thrive.
To the Assembly to revoke some of the projections that had been made, because these projections are premised on also other promises such as government intervention and other stakeholders, which never tally with our deadlines. So to this, I'm specifically talking about the promise of the 50 million to not only to the Premier League clubs, but to all members of the Assembly.
Uganda Premier League President Arinaitwe Rugendo thanked club proprietors for their effort and advised them to adopt youth and women football teams to meet international requirements.
Enhancing the league's visibility through media partnerships and digital platforms. Here I'm glad to note that we have FUFA TV. There are some of you who are not using it maximally. Much as your games are there, we feel that we can cooperate. And Madam, I think that should be another area. We should also have days when the chairmen come and they talk about their clubs.
The Uganda Premier League this season is of 16 teams and is in its second match day, with National Enterprises Corporation FC leading with 6 points. These clubs include new entrants Mbale Heroes, Lugazi FC and Police FC.
And that's all we had for you this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. Stay tuned for more programming coming your way on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda.
UBC, Inspiring Uganda.